All right, so what do I have in my hand?
Funnels.
Why do I have funnels?
It's your man.
You're gonna show us
No,
something?
you're gonna do a cool trick.
Because they juggle and you toss them up. No, no, no. I wanted you guys to have a little visual aid. Text off one. Can you catch?
Hopefully.
Can you catch? Oh, bad throw. All right. Why do I want funnels being passed around? What do you do with a funnel? What does that have to do with network marketing?
Focus.
Some of you that have been in sales before, you call it your sales funnel. All right. I want you to think of this, it's a leads funnel. And you ladies that cook, the next time you guys are pouring that olive oil back into, you can pass that around. I want everybody to get the hold of this. This is interactive. All right.
To explain things.
I like everyday objects that will remind me of things that I need to be doing. Who has a goal board up? A picture on their vanity of what they want to get out of Cincy? Okay, we'll talk about that in another presentation. All right. This is your leads funnel. And I want you to think about this. This is to help you understand some of the different psychology that your recruit is going through when their decision-making process. All right? So, they start off, I like this, suspects, prospects, leads, and customers. And you'll notice the funnel shape because you've got to put more in at the top to get less out on the bottom. You can't just pitch one person and recruit that person every time. You've got to put a lot of people in at the top of this funnel. So you're going to, this, as your recruiting funnel, think of this, these are all the different places that you're meeting people at, that you're conversing people with, and you're trying to put them into this funnel system, okay? Now, once you take everybody from up top, whether you got them at a drawing box from a business, who does that? Who has warmers up at a business and uses drawing boxes, right? Don't just leave your catalogs and business cards, because some of their consultants will walk off with them, and because you have to wait on them to call you. You don't know how to call them. If you put a ballot box there, you're generating your own leads, right? You get their contact information, and you can follow up with them. All right, so that's one of my favorites of getting outside your close friends and family on how to get new recruits, new customers, new hostesses. And I don't care where you're getting the lead from, ultimately you're going to put them in to your funnel. Your funnel starts with your list of 100. Who's actually done their list of 100, like ever? Who like continues to build on their new list of 100? Who did it once and sort of said, "Ooh, wow, that was a lot of work, I don't want to do it again." All right, your list of 100 should be the jumping off point for growing your business. When people call, I say, "I don't have any hostesses, I can't get any parties, nobody wants to book a party with me." And I go, "Show me your list of 100. And they go, "My water?" And I go, "Okay, let's start there to get your new hostesses." Your list of 100 is everybody that you know even a little tiny bit. And we can give you suggestions of categories of people to look at, okay? This is anybody that you've run into, your old high school classmates that you haven't talked to in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years if you're as old as me. Go reach back to them. Trust me, they don't think you were as nerdy back then as you thought you were. You know, your mailman, your dry cleaner, you ought to ask Sherri about pitching her gynecologist during the pap smear. I'm not making that up. Signed up the dental hygienist when she went in for the dental checkup. I mean, these are lifestyle marketing things where you meet these people all the time. You know, think of the grocery store clerk that you see every time you go in. Right? Think of the convenience store clerk at the place you go buy your morning coffee or you get your gas at all the time. Those are people you have a little connection with. Put them on your list of 100. One of my favorite stories is Chuck Thompson. Who's Chuck Thompson? Orville's brother, who's now the president of Cincy. All right? Tells a wonderful story. Chuck's prior incarnation was in car sales. You know, Chuck did sales, but he also did the F&I financing in the back. He tells a story of going to the same grocery store all the time. Same convenience store all the time. And he's talking to this clerk, and he's just kind of chatting her up and being friendly, and Chuck never met a stranger in his life. And so pretty soon he gets to talking to her, she starts talking about her car broke down. And he's been going to the same convenience store for a couple of years and just being polite and chatting up. Next thing you know, he explains to her why buying a new car is cheaper than fixing the old car. And so she buys a car. And then the next thing you know, she tells everybody else how great it was to do business with Chuck. Next thing you know, her family and friends have brought 13 cars from Chuck. And that's all from a casual conversation in your life that you run into all the time. So I want you to think, that's your list of 100. That's everybody that you've been running into. Now, in the recruiting funnel, they narrow down. You start broad. So you start with everybody you know. Some people are going to start saying, wow, I like that purse. Wow, I like that scent. That's a neat idea. I like Cincy. Pay attention to that, right? It's not just a like, but they're in your funnel, and their decision-making process is going to be changing. As we filter down through, we now get people that are researching about it. They want more information about you. Who has the My Story on their workstation? Yeah? When people go start finding out if they want to sign up with you, and you've directed them to your website to buy, and it says My Story, and they click at it, and they see My Story is wonderful, but it has yet to be written language. Okay? I don't care how new you are, whatever got you motivated and interested in Cincy, that's your story. This is what I want Cincy to do for my life. Join me in my journey. As they say, details tell and stories sell. Tell your story. All right, so people are researching, they're committing, they're getting more interested. Now they've come to a party. They're really interested in the product, they're understanding the product, they're at your party. You've pitched them about the opportunity. They didn't want to sign up right then. And you walk away from the party and you go, wow, nobody wanted to sign up today. As we're going to talk about, that's the low fruit on the tree, somebody that wants to sign up immediately. You need to reach back to that person 6-10 times in different ways. And it's not just buy, or host. We're going to give you some ideas here in a minute about how to reach out to them politely, engaging. You're just building that relationship like Heidi talked about this morning. Now, down here is your hostess, and here comes your recruits spitting out the bottom of your funnel. What are you doing as they're moving through the funnel? This is what you need to be focused on. This is why you need to pay attention to this. At the top of the funnel, you're attracting everybody to you. That's inviting everybody from your list of 100. That's talking to people in your lifestyle. You're engaging them about the products. I love the little one-line infomercial. Things like, it should be illegal to have this much fun and get paid to do it. I can't imagine that I get to pick the people I get to work with for my coworkers. What are the two number one things people hate about their jobs? They don't make enough money and they don't like who they work with. So if you're talking about things of how this opportunity is great for you in your casual conversation, you're sparking an interest with them. Those that are showing an interest, that are researching, that are, oh wow, how does this work? You need to nurture them along. How are you going to do that? You're going to nurture them by providing them information and telling them about your story. Down here at the bottom, you're going to start selling them on the idea. By that point, you're going to talk to them about the compensation plan. Notice I didn't start off with the compensation plan in this funnel. That's not the first thing that interests people. They're wanting to change something in their lives, and money may help with that change, but money's not why they're getting in. They're getting in because they want something that money can do for them. They want to travel. They want to buy the kids braces. They want to buy a new car, build a bigger house, whatever that why is. And down at the bottom, you're going to deliver them, and that is, you're going to be selling them the solution to their problem. Whatever they want to change, you're going to explain to them how Cincy is the solution to enhance their life. That's the penultimate thing you want to get to. What does Cincy solve in their life? This is what your prospect is thinking as they're going through that same funnel. They've expressed an interest. They're thinking about the opportunity. They're kind of curious. They want to know more. They're thinking, is this a product I like? Is this something I could see myself being involved in? Is this a company I could see myself working with? Is this a sponsor I could see training me? Is this a coworker that I want to work with? Then they start really get evaluating it. And you will have different people, and they will do this at different levels, different speeds. Somebody like me, I can get stuck there forever because I'm going to go read your story, and I'm going to go to every website I can find to look up about Cincy, and I'm going to go find out about all the awards Cincy's made, and I want to know how much money they made, and I want to read the compensation plan, and I want to talk to references of people that you do business with. Do they like you? Would they recommend you? I do a lot of research. I'm a very detailed personality. When you're recruiting me, let me alone when I'm right here. Let me go do my research. All you want to do is occasionally touch base with me and say, can I provide you more information? But if you start pressuring me right here, buy, 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 sell, 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 join, 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 I say, bye, bye. I'm done. I want to make up my own mind. Other people, they're not like that. Only about 30% of the population is like me with that detailed analysis. You'll know it because I'll ask you a lot of detailed questions. Okay? Pay attention to that. When you're hearing that, you want to just provide information at this stage of the ballgame. That's all you want to be doing. Now, at this point, defining their need or their why. Now they're going, okay, I like the product, and I like the business idea. I'm going, why do I need this in my life? What is it I want to do with this business? Why do I want this opportunity? Then I'm going to move down to evaluating what it is about this product that might start filling that need in my life. How is this going to enhance my life? And down at the bottom, I'm going to ultimately decide I have a need of something I want to accomplish, and you as my sponsor and Cincy as the product is what's going to help me solve that problem, that deficiency that I have. Whether it's I want to travel more, or I want to get out of the house, and I want to meet interesting people, or I want to make cash, or I want a part-time job, or I want a whole full-time career. And whatever my why is, I've now decided. But you need to be thinking as you're recruiting, people are moving down this decision-making funnel, and you've got to know how to evaluate where they're at in the funnel and how to help them get to the next level. Some people, they'll drop all the way to the bottom all at once. They're at a show, they go, what a great idea, it's $99, I want to sign up. Anybody ever had somebody do that quick? When that happens, you've got to go back and have them explain to you what their why was and how Cincy's solving their why. Because when things start getting slow, you need to be helping them by re-engage their motivation of what got them interested in Cincy to start with. So here's the big picture. I know that last one's kind of a complicated thing. They're aware, they're interested, they're desired, and now they're going to take action, and that's to sign up. And here's how it all works together. And I know, doesn't that look like a lot that's going on in their minds? I'm trying to get you to think in a broader picture so that you understand it's not just going in and grabbing that low fruit of somebody that says, wow, it's $99, I want to sign up. Or the lady a couple of weeks ago, Heidi, no, did I tell you Heidi does roller derby? Sweet little Heidi, roller derby queen. Pretty good at it. So she came to Oklahoma a couple of weeks ago, and we had to go drive up and watch roller derby. Some of those girls were pretty cute in those outfits, and some of them could have used sweats. But on the way up, what happens? Somebody calls us from driving behind us and says, I see the decal on your car. Is it really only $99 to sign up? I'd like to do it. No, I'm not making that up. That's the phone call. So guess what? Said, sure. Set a meeting, sign her up. She has no idea about what the product is or how it's going to change her life. But what that tells me is she's desperately wanting something to change in her life. I've got to find out what it is and get her to engage in how Cincy can be the solution to that problem. So, the same things that are going on, these are all at the same time. Your list of 100, you're contacting and inviting them. They've expressed an interest. Wow, what a neat idea. Once they say, hey, that's an interesting idea, you've got to engage them, inform them, educate them. Now they're evaluating more about you. Now they become a prospect. They're reaching. What is your action? You're answering them. You're nurturing them along. You're wanting them to complete their research to move to the next stage. Here's your party guest, your hot lead. You got to find out why they want to enhance their life. They're defining what it is they want to be enhanced in their life. They're now your hostess. They're your hot prospect. And the difference between a lead and a prospect is they're moving in the decision-making process from being curious and being interested to really wanting to learn a whole lot more. At this point in the ball game, you're telling them your story. When you want to move them from their why to the solution of signing up, that difference is you tell them stories. And it doesn't have to be your story. Have I told you my story yet? No. Have I told you other people's stories? Sure. Don't reinvent the wheel. Learn from other people's stories. You know, if I run into somebody and they're from an exceptionally small town, and they go, I don't know how to do this. There's only 100 people in my town. How can I make money doing this? Right? Well, tell them a story about somebody that's from a small town that's making a lot of money and how they do it. Borrow somebody else's story. It's okay. All right? So this is the idea that I want you to understand. In this decision-making process, there's really a lot going on, and there are little subtle things you can do to help move them from being curious to actually signing up. Don't just send out a Facebook post, join my business. Don't just send them a join brochure and forget about it. This is not Ron Popeil, set it and forget it. Because that doesn't work for you. Anybody else besides me watching commercials? All right. If you set it and forget about it, they will forget about you. They will forget about your opportunity. Or they'll find somebody like me that hasn't forgotten about them, and they'll like my opportunity more than they like yours, even though we're from the same company. Why would that be? Because I'm helping educate them, and I'm pushing them through the funnel. Now, the other part that you need to understand about the recruiting funnel, you're going to put a lot of people in, and this is really like a sieve in this funnel, okay? Because you're pushing people down through the funnel, and you don't hear from them, or they change their mind and they're not interested, they've kind of been pushed out the sides of the funnel. And that's okay. You know it's going to happen. That's why you've got to put all those people in at the top of the funnel. You got to put a lot of leads in to get a little bit out down the bottom. But I wanted you to have an appreciation for what's going on in your recruit's mind and how you move them from stage to stage to stage. We're going to go over some techniques on how to recruit and how to engage people, but you really do need to understand some of the psychology that's going on in their decision-making process so that you can help them move forward to making a decision that you'll like. All right? Any questions on the funnel? I know that's an awful lot to absorb in one session. That's why I give you the handout so you can read about it, think about it, make notes, and you can send me emails later and go, oh yeah, what do you mean when you said this? Oh, and by the way, if you're looking for something that looks like this in your packet, it doesn't. because this is just the PowerPoint version. What you have in your packet with the recruiting funnel walks you through step by step and explains all of these in depth. All right? Okay, we'll do the next presentation.